magic, soft and serene. Break crochet, the bubble queen. Break crochet, the bubble queen. So drop that follow, join the scene. Hang with the kindest wobble queen. Break crochet, craft in smiles the handmade way. In a cozy corner of the twitchy scene lives a yarny legend crochet queen. Hooks in hand with flair so keen. Break crochet, the wobble queen. She's stitching joy in every round, with colors bright and yarny glow. From loop to loop she's living the dream, crafting magic, soft and serene. Break crochet, the wobble queen. Squares and textured waves, she's turning yarn into handmade frames. With every stitch she sets the tone, a crafty Bible of her own. She's stitching joy in every round, with colors bright and yarny glow. From loop to loop she's living the dream, crafting magic, soft and serene. Break crochet, the wobble queen. So drop that follow, join the scene. Hang with the kindest wobble queen. Break crochet, crafting smiles the handmade way. She's stitching joy in every round, with colors bright and yarny glow. From loop to loop she's living the dream, crafting magic, soft and serene. Break crochet, the wobble queen. Break crochet, the wobble queen. So drop that follow, join the scene. Hang with the kindest wobble queen. Break crochet, crafting smiles the handmade way. In a cozy corner of the twitchy scene lives a yarny legend crochet queen. Hooks in hand with flair so keen. Break crochet, the wobble queen. She's stitching joy in every round, with colors bright and yarny glow. From loop to loop she's living the dream, crafting magic, soft and serene. Break crochet, the wobble queen. Squares and textured waves, she's turning yarn into handmade frames. With every stitch she sets the tone, a crafty Bible of her own. She's stitching joy in every round, with colors bright and yarny glow. From loop to loop she's living the dream, crafting magic, soft and serene. Break crochet, the wobble queen. So drop that follow, join the scene. Hang with the kindest wobble queen. Break crochet, crafting smiles the handmade way. She's stitching joy in every round, with colors bright and yarny glow. From loop to loop she's living the dream, crafting magic, soft and
morning, everybody. How is everyone doing today? Panther got first. Hi, Axis. Thank you for the check-in, Linda. Today we are doing, and this looks really, really dark on screen, but it's dark, but it's called burnt orange, burnt pumpkin, burnt pumpkin. We are going to be making this little trick or treat bag. I'm going to try to make 2 of them for my sister's 2 grandchildren for Halloween. Um, because on the 22nd of this month, the 22nd and 23rd, yes, I am decapitated off of this head. I probably shouldn't have done that, should I? I'm gonna get, I want to get banned. That off with his head was Alice in Wonderland, so I guess I'm way off on another thing. Um, Yes, I'm already in a nutty mood. But anyway, this is a free pattern. This is a free pattern. This is Repeat Crafter Me. This is her pattern. I have linked it to the top of my Twitch page. I will figure out how to link it to my YouTube video at the end of this. Um, this is not my pattern. I am just doing it in my own kind of yarn. She said to use a 5.5. I only have a 5.2. Why I can't find my 5.5, I have no earthly idea. I've looked through them. You know, it's probably in a project somewhere in a project bag, and I've left the needle with it because that way I knew what needle I needed to pick up and start using with that project. But I am using, I love this yarn, Hobby Lobby. It's burnt pumpkin. And I've already got the starting chain done so that I didn't have to worry about counting that out. But I am going to put my stitch marker in the minute I do this because we're going to be working in the round. It looks well in the oval, the round, whatever you want to call it. That's what we're going to be working in. So you chain 31 and you single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So we don't count the chain on the hook. 1, 2, and we go in. But yeah, I figured this would be something. I should have got some Halloween music is what I should have done. But we had to take Biscuit to the vet this morning, so I was not really thinking ahead of time. I should have had that done before I went to the vet, you know. I checked out the link and I think she made these off of her Christmas bag patterns. So, yes, Repeat Crafter Me is wonderful. She always has. She was the one that I did the Jimothy. She had the pattern for the Jimothy, and it's a free pattern. I love Repeat Crafter Me. And she comes up with cute stuff all the time. Okay, so 1, 2, and I think this is this first chain, the first single crochet. So I love her. She's a very good source for free patterns. Very good source for free patterns. I got to get this out. I got to I messed up the wall last night, so I've got to get things find a couple more to put up on my wall. Oh, so for anyone over in YouTube, the link is in the description bar. Papa did that for me. He's so sweet. He knew it'd probably take me forever to. Okay. But oh, and Panther, I just have to say this. Oh my God, she has a pattern for me. Yes, she does. And you can order the little red heart things. You can order the little red heart things from her or from somebody because I thought that is so cute. Um, Now me, you, and everybody that's a yarn person would love that, but I don't think I could market that to the people that I sell my keychains to. Or maybe I could. Maybe there's a little crocheter out there. You never know. What I was getting ready to say is Panther, I follow her on Instagram. And Y'all, she made the cutest little she made the cutest little pink panther and what's the inspector's name? Inspector Clouseau? Inspector Clouseau the other day. What is it? Clouseau. Clouseau. I don't know what I'm probably saying it wrong. But anyway, y'all, it was cute. She put it in my Discord this morning. So after our first break, we're gonna go and look. I am telling you, it was adorable. Panther is really she's really good with that. Um and personally, I'm going to say this, I cannot wait for the weather to get a little cooler because I know that Axis said he had to wait for cooler weather for that one blanket and I know. Is it?
Well, it's behind the picture.
Shift right. I don't even know what right is.
You'll know you're right.
Don't.
Just look where your hands are on the screen. To the left of your...
Oh. I'm not going to force you to keep promises, but I know it's going to be a beautiful blanket when you get it done. Don't worry, Axis. I've had a blanket that I've been working on for 3 years. And I tell myself every winter, oh, I'm going to work on that blanket because now it's cold and it's so big that I'll be able to get it done. Winter comes and goes, and I don't touch that blanket. It's got to get done this year. It's got to get done this year. I do not want to. You hate joining? That's what I'm doing right now with this. It's a bunch of granny squares that I have to join. So yeah, I'm not in the mood to join this at all. So, but it's got to get done. It would make a wonderful gift if I would get it done. That's all I got to say. So, and I noticed that Penelope Peepop, when I went to visit her on Tuesday and Wednesday of this last week, she's got some blankets and they're lasting through the wash. They're lasting through the wash, but one of them is getting a little dull looking. So I was like, yeah, I need to make her a couple more blankets. So and I don't know. I just got a lot I've got to get done. I've got a baby blanket, these two um treat bags. I've got to pack a couple. I've got to make sure that there are some things that I am packing to go to this wedding. Since we're driving, I need to make sure that there are things in the car ready to go and I don't have to be like, oh, I forgot that. And now I've got to mail it. Because we don't go to I do, but we don't drive the car often. The most of the time, if I'm going to see my mom or sister, until recently, I've been flying. So you can only take so much on a plane. So only takes so much on a plane. So later today I've got to get out and I've got on one of on my zucchini plant, I've got what is that thing called?
I'm calling it blight.
I'm calling it blight, but it's like a mildew on the leaf and it's attacking my zucchini plant. So I looked it up and you gotta cut the leaves off, throw them in the trash, get it away. Somebody had a fungus on somewhere and it floated through the air and landed on my leaves. I've got it. So I got to get it. I got to get it gone. My banana peppers and my bell peppers are doing good. Well, I got 3 smaller bell pepper plants. They're just trucking along. They haven't produced anything yet, but my banana peppers are going crazy. and my one bell pepper plant is producing pretty good. So, and the squash is. I got to cut a squash off today because it's getting big down in there. So, KK's coming this weekend to spend the weekend with us so she can relax and be like my mother-in-law, which she doesn't relax. She finds things to do the whole time because she's like my mother-in-law. They've got to stay busy. They've got to stay busy. I don't think they know how to slow down. And as a kid, you would have never guessed that out of her. I mean, she was always busy, but it was like socializing. And I'm just pulling out my yarn. So, and then we're going to put 2 single crochets in the end here. And then we're going to work on the other side. I'm not a big fan of double strand projects sometimes. Now, see me, I would have used a bigger hook if I was doing double strands, but because this is a bag and we need it to be tight and sturdy, then that's why. Maybe I probably could have done a 5. I probably could have done a 6mm hook if I really wanted to. So Biscuit's a mess, y'all. Little snot face. Yeah. We went to the vet this morning. Whined at everybody that walked in the door because they didn't say hi to him. Barked at him after they left. Like, you didn't have to be so rude. I was sitting right here. I'm just waiting on my shot. But, people just going about their days. And, he felt like they needed to talk to him and they didn't. And I told him he just needs to learn that not everybody loves him like I do and wants to talk to him. Yes, he is a drama queen. He really is. And we have learned that when Papa starts talking, he talks, he talks, he barks over him. He's like, nope, nope, nobody needs to hear you. I'm going to make sure that I'm louder than you are. He does. What? Oh, you need to be talked over. I don't know. When I went to visit Jingle Shark and Peepop this last week, we went to Target and I was like shocked, totally. We pull up. Now, mind you, I was like, why are people standing outside? And she goes, they're not open yet. It's 7:59. They don't open up till 8. I was like, what? Our Target opens up at 7 a.m. in the morning. And if you go to the further one, it opens up at 6. Oh, welcome back, Linda. Welcome back. I mean, and I was like, goodness gracious. Then we walked in and, I don't know. No, I did not demand to speak to the manager. I was on a time crunch and a mission and I needed to get in, get what I needed to get. But I will say it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Maybe that's why their employees were so nice because they didn't have to be at work until 8 o'clock. I have no idea. But everybody was really what? I was like, woo. Now see, maybe you make me much happier with 8 versus 7. I literally when I would told Papa, I said, I don't know why I think that I'm gonna sleep in later if I work from home because I'm probably gonna get up at the same time that I get up. I'm just gonna have less drive time and I could actually, do a few things around the house that I wanna do before I have to start working. So it's not that I'll sleep in later. Now, some of the people that I work with, they're like, I'm gonna get up at 7:55 and I'll be clocking in at 8 o'clock. And I'm like, you do you. You do you, boo. Cause you're not affecting me. I'm still gonna get up and sit outside maybe a little bit because I don't get to do that now. But because I just get up, get ready for work, pack my lunch, and head out the door. So I'll probably still get up at the same time. I thought the dog was snoring. Yes, eat breakfast. Right now, I eat breakfast at work. I just pack it along in my lunch bag and eat it at work. So, and right after we get this done, then we got to go up 32 rows. So this is probably going to be a really not this is one of those mindless projects that you could have. You could set and as long as you can keep track of your rows, you could do this riding on a train, riding in a car, but you have to be the passenger. Can't be driving. So let's see. I want to see how many I have. One, two. Okay. 61 and 62. And then we're going to slip into there. Okay. Join into the first single crochet and chain one. So, has everyone started their Christmas projects? I know that's probably um a big scary thing because I mean, before we know it, Christmas will be right around the corner. I'm just counting down the days for till Labor Day. I'm like, I'm going to enjoy another 3-day weekend. Okay, let's do this. Okay. So, yeah, I would love to be able to sit down and just eat breakfast at the house. I that would just mean if I wanted to do that, I guess I could just get up earlier and still be able to do that. It's just now school started back, and if I don't leave my house by 7, if I don't leave out of my house by 7:20, I can't make it to work by 8 because of all the school traffic. So it's just one of those things. Do we need to do the back loop only? No. I guess it's just going to grow into a bag. And you could make one of these a Jack Skeleton if you wanted to. You just, because you could make a ghost. But I think the white, with it being, because one's Frankenstein, one is a cat. I'll actually have to ask my sister if I made a trick or treat bag for her grandson. Do you think they would carry it? Do you think he would carry it? And being a pumpkin, though, that should go with any Halloween costume because we carried those plastic pumpkins when we were kids. Yeah. He might want one that looks like a dinosaur on him. He is going through his dinosaur phase. And, could get creative, but I don't think in this short amount of time and everything that I've got to finish before we go to this wedding, I could come up with a dinosaur one. Yeah, I think I should have went the back loop only to turn this up. Why?
Because it's just frustrating.
Maybe the next round I'll do a back loop only. So it can. Why do I feel the need to change a pattern to make it work for me? And I love her designs. I really do. She comes up, Repeat Crafter Me comes up with such great designs. Okay, there it is. It's gonna get the now Peepop, because I asked my daughter if she wanted a new Halloween bag this year, and she was like, "Nope, Peepop still uses the little mummy. She can still use that mummy." And I was like, "Okay." She's getting really uh vocal with everything. She loves talking to people. Hey, and doing those kind of things. But and she giggles in her sleep. Like uh I thought she was up, and I went to look at her to see if because I thought she was just up playing. I thought she's up playing. No, sleeping, eyes closed, giggling her head off. And I was like, to be young and your dreams are full of laughter. and all kinds of things. I mean, she was just laughing loud. So let's, but hey, you're hungry. Oh, well, you head to the market. If maybe we, as slow as I am access, you probably will make it back in time. Maybe hopefully just to see me making the handles. The face isn't very probably should have made the face last night before I started making this, because in that way it probably wouldn't have taken me very long, but trying to work on this one blanket that I really, really need to get done. So, wonderful. One blanket I've actually told myself that if I don't get it done before we leave, I will be able to get it done on the drive down, because this it's a Suzette stitch. So I know that I can just s- what? Oh, I will just be able to Suzette stitch myself completely driving down the road and talking. Okay, put that in there. And then my nose is running today. I don't know why, but it is. And I watched this girl. I follow her on Instagram, and she makes fidget toys or fidget things all the time. And this is a spider. My daughter's like, "Oh, what did she tell me it looked like?" Because it wasn't a spider. And I was like, "No, it's a spider. You either connect the key ring here or up here. So the spider's going down or up." And I forget what she said. Oh, that's a cute, what did she call that? Because it's whatever it is, it's black. I can't remember. I don't know. But I said, well, you'll have to look at it when you come, because it does look like a spider. But it'd be nice to have something to like. I like them because of the fidgeting part. Keep myself busy. And today was the tomato festival. Um, we have two tomato festivals here in East Tennessee. One north of us and then one west of us. And my daughter was like, "Do you want to go? We can go after I get off work." And I was like, nah. since KK's coming and staying. It'd be, plus I can't do that to Peepop. She was already confused when I left because normally I stay more than a day. And I just went down there so that they would be able, they had something that they had planned to do. And she had asked me in February if I would do it. And I was like, yeah, sure, sure. And so, I told her I would do it. And she was like, okay. And Peepop wasn't very happy when I left. She was like, she didn't understand the whole thing. She was not understanding why I was walking out the door. And I normally stay more than one day. We played blocks. We played with her Fisher Price Little People. And I had her lay them all out on the floor so I could take pictures of all the Fisher Price people she has. So if anybody wanted to, I can send it to everybody in the family. That way, if anybody wanted to get her a Fisher Price, any little Fisher Price people to play with, then they would know which one she already had. So, and Fisher Price little people look a lot different from little Fisher Price little people that I had as a kid. I mean, they were still plastic, but who? Oh yeah, yeah. They're two little Fisher Price little people, and it looks like me and Papa. They took our images without asking us. Our likeness. Yep. So it doesn't look that orange, but it is orange. Yeah.
Don't look at me like that. I didn't expect it to. That looks brown when you have it all together. That doesn't.
I can start it again. You just have to reach up and get the orange one. Oh, I don't know if I do. Yeah.
Okay, I would get it for you, but I mean, the boys.
See, this color would have been perfect.
That is, yeah. You had a bunch of that on the floor. Where did that go? Is that already in use? It's already in use. What's that in the bottom drawer? That just
That's cotton yarn. I'm not making it out of cotton. No, cotton yarn will probably be more durable.
pull the bottom leg out from the back side. That bar down there in the bottom. Oh, no, that's not what you gotta pull that. Wait, no, the bar, the way at the bottom.
Oh,
That gets it started, and then you can use the go all the way down. Yeah.
it's my big black wool.
Once that goes together, I'm gonna ask you those. Are those two different shades?
I don't think so.
Probably not enough to tell. I don't think they are, but I'm saying if it was, it would be enough to tell.
Okay, we're deviating.
I thought it looked fine up close, but then when you started making, see, that's the thing. It's hard to tell until you get like a whole texture.
I know, but it's called burnt orange, and I thought it was a little too dark. This is bright orange
Yeah, it's orange when you're
by
up
Big
close.
Twist. That's
to
the
each
same.
other. That looks yellow. If you hold it close to the camera, it makes it go light.
Oh, is that what it does? I don't know. I have no idea. We're fine. We're just gonna start over and I can tell you this. Hi, Sally. How are you doing? Welcome in. Oh, Sally, there's a lady on YouTube and I follow her on Instagram. Her name is Wild. We still have it turned off. Hi, Mika. How are you doing? Welcome in. Hold on, Sally. I'm trying to get who it is. I gotta find my Instagram. It's called Wild and Willow. Willow and Wild. And she has a lot of fidgety things that since I know that you do markets, but this is a spider fidget. I know it doesn't might not look like a spider, but I mean, when I'm looking at it, it does look like a spider. It just doesn't really look that good on the camera. But anyway, I thought of you when I saw this. I was like, oh, because Sally does markets. So I'm good. I am hoping you have it. You've seen them from Willow. Okay. Okay, good. Well, I mean, I just feel like sometimes, when I see things, it makes me think of people.
See,
Okay. Um,
should be
these.
second.
Okay.
Should be something that's multi-chat. Right towards the top of the list.
TCC P multi chat. I seen it.
Stuff.
It's it's not locked.
It's not the lock, it's the on.
No, the eye doesn't have a line through it. It's open.
I'll get it. Don't worry about
Okay.
it. Well, now it says connect. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. I'm going to make them for Halloween events. Yes, I think it would be cute. My daughter asked me we're starting over because the color I had is starting to look brown. So this is a free pattern. This is Repeat Crafter Me. This is a free pattern. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the pattern is linked on both my YouTube and my Twitch. And as Panther told everybody, if you go and look, and she has Christmas bags too that are attached to that. So like little gingerbread man, things like that. Okay, now we have a knot. This is going to be gotta let go. It does look like a black widow spider, but I didn't have any red beads. I only had orange beads, and I thought the orange would go good with for Halloween, because black and orange for Halloween. Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna do this, and hopefully this will come off. We're gonna pull this through here. Why is it still attached? A swanny swan. It's coming. I don't know. I don't know who worked in the factory when they were making this yarn this day, but boy, they made sure that it wasn't coming loose. Okay, yes. It's probably one thing that I will make Papa do when we go see my mom and sister for this wedding. I probably will down deep be like, did I? No, I didn't. I thought I cut the string. Um, we might stop at a Michael's. Yes, they do. And it's big. Yeah. 3, 5, 6,
Weird.
7,
When my toes get
8,
my
9,
toes stay cold for hours.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's weird.
It's a random stick.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Okay. I think I'm going to tell you the last time I went into Michael's here locally, um, the prices, I'm telling you, there was a Karen cake yarn and it wasn't any bigger than it normally is. Not nothing. And I'm telling you, they added, it was like $14, almost $15. And I remember when I could get them for like $8. I'm like, this is crazy. You know, you're just taking advantage of saying it's this, it's this, it's this. And I don't. I just think that some businesses are taking advantage of whatever tariffs, whatever they're saying that's costing more. But I'm just telling you, a lot of yarn, hold on, is made in Turkey. And I don't think that we have a big thing going on with Turkey. I ordered 200 pounds of wool yesterday. It was heaven. 200 pounds. Yes, 200 pounds. I don't want to buy. Must have been. I don't know. Actually, Axis actually said there was a big article of what they did that was the reason why they went out of business. And I really do think it's maybe that, but I think they were expanding too fast. I think they were, COVID, and I'm going to say this, I think COVID made it so people didn't have a lot to do. So they were, yes, yes, fairy dust. I'm telling you, I about really died when I saw that too myself. And I was like, I'm not buying this. And yeah, because I know, yeah. So it's $280 for US. Um, but I think that they were like, oh, look at how much business we're doing. We're doing great. Look how many people are coming in and buying all this stuff and whatever. And then they just expanded way too fast, I think. I think if they should have taken it, I think they wanted to have bigger stores for their consumers so they could have more product, but I don't think they looked at it like they should have looked at it. Yeah, I'm telling you, fairy dust. I was like, I am not buying a $14 skein of yarn. And then this is where I'm going to say, this is where I'm going to say this. That is when people don't understand when you charge them for something minus minus if I do one of my blankets that I do that's that I charge $120 for. It's 6 skeins of yarn like this size of skein, and I spend $30 on the yarn. So, well, now it's 40. So if you take the 40 and you times it by 3, that's $120. I don't even take into account my time. I just that's my rough estimate. That's how I do it. If it takes me, I say I can have the blanket done in a week. However I get it done is however I get it done. You know, if I take it to work, work on it at work. If I come home and I work on it straight after work, whatever. Um, but people go, "Can you give me a deal?" Well, I was going to charge you 150, but I mean, I am giving it to you for 120. No, I can't give you a deal. I mean, I'm not even charging you for my time. I'm just charging you for a minimal time and the yarn. I mean, I don't understand, you know. And then my one daughter, like when, oh, I'm glad, I've got to write this down. Okay. Um, I buy everything in bulk of 10, so I save 30%. I try to get everything on deals. And I totally agree with that, Sally. I totally agree with that. Um, I've never bought, I try to always buy my yarn on sale. And, if I'm having to ship it, used to, shipping wasn't that expensive either. And it was okay. I could wrap the shipping up in the blanket and not worry about it. And I still made money. And I felt like I made a good amount of profit off of it. But I mean, now even shipping prices are going up. I walked into the post office the other day to check my P.O. box, and it says price changes are temporarily, basically, they're up just temporarily. No, that's what it says now. But they're going to take that sign down and they're going to leave the prices exactly where they're at. I'm not stupid. Look at me. I'm not stupid. Maybe I am a little bit crazy, but I'm not stupid. I will say that. I'm I don't think I am crazy, but I'm not stupid. But anyway, yeah, I think it's horrendous. I don't know. Now it's got me really thinking about something that KK and I were talking about. She's absolutely correct. Because I mean, I I make gifts. I'm like, there's a lot of things that I make gifts for people. And I make the gifts because I want to give them something that they can have and they can have it for a long time. You know, most people, if you make them a baby blanket, I will say this, if you make someone a baby blanket, I'm going to say 9 out of 10 of them are going to keep that baby blanket. They're going to keep it. It's going to be something that they keep. If you give them clothes, toys, anything else, um, it's probably gonna get in a yard sale, or they're gonna, give it to, donate it, whatever. And that's fine. They can do them. But, you know, when you're putting your hard-earned money into it, minus if you're making it for somebody, you're putting your hard-earned time into it. You just would like that's why I get so sad, like, when I go, like, to some of the thrift stores and I see blankets, not necessarily baby blankets, but like I'll see blankets that you can tell somebody made it maybe 10, 15 years ago. I mean, you can tell by the yarn. You can tell by the yarn. Because of how it is. But someone's grandma made that, and it's just in a thrift store. That's what Yes, I am 100% with you, Fairy Dust, on that. I'm 100% with you. I You're asking me to do something. And if you're going to tell me you can buy it at Walmart for a couple dollars, go right on ahead. And the next time you ask me, yes, my price has just went up. My price has just went up. Well, it was just 20. You could have had it for $20, but you wanted to say my time wasn't worth it for me. Papa always says, when you want to if you want to do something or somebody wants you to do something and maybe your whole heart isn't into it and you don't really want to do it, give them a price. If it's worth it to them, yes, give them a higher price. It's worth your time.
If they're willing to pay the exorbitant price, then it's well worth it.
Yes. Yeah. So I don't know. Most of the time, most of my things are gifts. There are a few commissions that I do here and there. And I mean, there was when COVID was happening, I will tell you this. No, it was before COVID. Before COVID, it was because it was 2017, 2018. I did pretty well with my blankets. I did pretty well. And people didn't complain about the prices, not one bit. So, um, I don't know. I think you have to get the right people. And like when you go to like a market like Sally does, I I've never been to a market and ever haggled anybody down on their prices. Never. First of all, they're paying for the spot in the market. And then, I mean, it's their time and their effort, and they drove there and they packed up and they put everything out. And no, they've taken their time to make that. If you want it, you want it. If you don't, you don't. You don't have to buy it. They're there. It's a convenience for you. I want to go to the farmer's market that's right down the road from our house. It's every Tuesday. And I always tell myself when I'm on my way home on a Tuesday, I'm always like, I should stop in there and just see what they have. But I don't because I think I would feel silly, you know, just going by myself. But the time I get home, taking well, no, because I'd be taking a right out of the neighborhood. So it wouldn't be that bad if I come home and like got you and made you go with me. But I wouldn't do that. People that buy things from the store don't realize that homemade things are special and the cost is comparable. Yes. And I love people when they go, well, that's crochet. I'm like, no, 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 that's not crochet. Hate to tell you, that's not crochet. And if it is, somebody in a third world country has made that for pennies on the dollar. And we're talking pennies. And you're just supporting someone having to make 50 cents and somebody out here is charging $20 for it. Because I saw a girl, I don't know what it was on one of my Instagram reels. She said this girl had this crochet granny square purse on Depop or one of them places, and she was selling it for like 20 or 30 bucks. And she says, "Hey, just want to let you know that's not crochet. Uh Either a machine made it because those aren't granny squares." And she says, "Just thought I'd let you know that, so you can change the listing." The girl goes, comments back to her, "You don't know what you're talking back. I contacted the person I bought it from, and they said it was granny squares." And I was like, "Yeah, because they probably bought it." And then the girl took a picture of it, and she said the person bought it off of Temu for like $5 and some odd cents. It's not it's not what you think it is. And the discussion stopped. The girl didn't take the thing down, but I'm like, they just don't understand. People just don't understand. And I will say this. I love the people that are like, they'd say, "Oh, um, well, we're friends or we're family, and you can make that. I'm not asking you to make me anything." And an ad break is starting soon, everybody. And okay. I am going to actually get up and move around for a minute because I don't know how long this is going to take me. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. But when the ad comes back, everybody comes back from the ad, we're going to go into Discord and we're going to look at some pictures. Let's see. Let me do this real fast. Sure. So anyway, yeah, I think people, and maybe I'm being whatever, but I've seen people just not appreciate a person's time and effort. And I've never asked anybody to do anything for cheaper or ever haggled when I went to a market or anything like that. My mother would have been lost her ever loving mind because she always was in craft shows. Okay, we got to put two more stitches in. Okay, the ad break is finishing. And we will do this. Where's it? So, I don't know if many of you saw this when Fairy Dust was in here the last time I did my Discord, which I don't know when the last time I did my Discord. But this is Fairy Dust's blanket that he is working on. And it's just beautiful. I love the colors. I love everything about it. And it looks wonderful. And then Bubbles and Honey is doing some art. She's painting. And then this is a video, but I don't think I can play the video. And then this is Panther. This is her Pink Panther and Inspector Clouseau. And I just think that it's adorable as all get out. Yeah, I feel it feels a kind of way when friends or family feel entitled to your time and money, wanting you to make things for them. Yes, I can make that. Just because I can doesn't mean I'm going to. Want to, yeah, adjust the attitude, but yes, it it's weird. It's weird how people are without her. But anyway, I like that you the little felt on it. He looks so cute. I think they're both wonderful Panther. I think they're both wonderful, 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 wonderful. And let's see. I'm sorry. I'm not. I shouldn't be yawning. I think I slept pretty good last night. I think I did. I think I did. Um. Yeah, I hate when people just think that because you know what? Like, okay, that would be like me asking my sister to, because she can smock. That would be like me going, well, you can smock me a dress. I mean, you could do that for P-pop. You could do it. But I've never done that to her because my sister is one of those type of people. She's a total people pleaser and she's always doing stuff for other people. She forgets about that she's a person and she doesn't she doesn't think about herself. You had to create the inspector using different patterns and AI to help. Ah, feel like I got a little papa in my stream. Because she said she used the Inspector Clouseau. She used several different patterns and she used AI to help her get it all together. Yeah, smart, smart, smart. But we're going into the dog days of August, people. Dog days of August. Ready for the I'm not a big heat person. I mean, I do like heat better than cold. I'm just telling you, I wish Mother Nature could get her shiznit together and, just make it a nice little 70, 75. It would be nice. She doesn't have to get into the 80s. She doesn't have to get menopausal and have hot flashes or get all cold and icy and witchy. Hi, Dueling Needles. How are you doing? Did I crochet over that? Just a tad. Just a tad. We're going to sink it just a little bit more. We're going to sink it just a little bit more. I swear, I feel like AI told me how to do the magnifying gray part, but I added black around it and made the handle look. Oh, I was actually looking at a pattern the other day, and I actually had AI. I'm like, um, the the way the person wrote the pattern out, I'm like, there is no way that that picture is the pattern that they're writing out. And so I had Chat GBT. I took a picture of it, and I had Chat GBT um, tell me what the stitches were in the pattern. I felt that ChatGPT actually did a better job at telling me what the stitches were than what the person did because there was no way they probably generated the picture with AI. Yeah, they didn't generate the work; they generated the picture so they could sell their pattern. And I was like, I think they did the pattern. I don't think they did the picture. I think they wanted the picture to I think they wanted the picture to look a certain way. Theirs wasn't turning out that way, so they had AI make them. Uh, and I just that irritates a flying flick out of me because I was like, because as a crocheter, I'm sorry, but if you have a close up picture or you can take a picture of something and magnify it and blow it up, you're like, there is no way that's a single crochet because you can see the divots in it and be like, well, that's either a half double or a double. There's no
person.
yes, but somebody that was just starting out, I don't think they would be able to tell. Plus, I think it also helps. Now, y'all can disagree with me if you want, and that's fine. You can put that in there. But I also think that if you know how to read charts, not necessarily all the way, but you know what the stitches are when you see a chart, and you're like, yeah, that's a double, that's a single. If you know how to read instead of a pattern, you have a chart and you can read the chart or a diagram. I should call it a diagram of a pattern. If you can read that, I think that also helps when you're looking at a pattern and can tell if it's AI or not. Because um and I think the ones that are the most funniest is when they use UK terms and somebody will put a single crochet in there and the UK doesn't use single crochet. That's not one of their terminologies. Their single crochet is a double crochet, right? Yeah. So step the game up a bit. But yeah, I like using AI when I can't figure out the pattern or they just show you a picture and they don't give you a pattern, they just show you a picture. I'm like, yeah, I'm using you. I'm using it for a reason. So, and just if everybody wants to know why I started over is because the burnt orange that I used before now looks brown. It looks more of a, if I was back in the 70s, I would say it was a rust, not a burnt orange. It's a rust. And all of you that are, I remember wearing rust in my tops, the color rust, and it matched with my hair pretty darn good. And I mean, if my mom put me in rust corduroy pants and a little shirt that had some white and rust in it and my hair, I mean, I could have make a chameleon into something really fast. I could have. I was no, I was no, I was watching. No, I was watching a Good Mythical Morning the other day, and they had him sitting on a chair, and Link wore an outfit that almost matched the chair completely. And he says, "I feel like I'm in Mecha Chameleon." I had one of my once in a blue moon not able to sleep last night. Oh, I hate that. Biscuit hates that too when there's a once in a blue moon. He growls at me all night because I'm moving around. He's like, "Listen here, woman. We're supposed to be sleeping. You need to start doing your job." I will say this though, when my once in a blue moon can't sleeps, it's usually I've got to go to work the next day. And it could be anything, anything. So that keeps me up. This would be cute. She also on this same page, I don't know if it's I will say this, if you look at the page, she also has cute little I don't know if it's hers. They're probably not hers. And I wouldn't even know if those are real or not. But cute little ads on here for like things for Etsy. So like little bags like you can trick or treat bags. I will say this. I am going to do a dumpling. I don't know when I'm doing it, but those little dumplings that are coming out that everybody, whatever is on top of, I'm going to crochet me a little dumpling in one of those little wooden boxes. Yeah, that's me. Um, I'm doing it. I don't know when I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. Got to get all this other stuff out of the way. But I think sometimes I put too much pressure on my stuff to do too many things for too many people. And I'm like, yeah, yeah. So, and then I give myself really short timelines to get stuff done because my brain goes, oh, I can do that. Oh, I can do that. I'm usually asleep within 5 minutes of my head hitting the pillow normally. So I just get up and do quiet stuff, then try a bit. And again, about 5:30 a.m., I think I fell asleep. So I gave myself a few hours of sleep, but I can't sleep the day away or it will happen. That's true. That's the only bad thing about that dueling needles. That is the only bad thing. Is that when you do something like that, it's like, okay, this is one, this is we're on two. Yes, we're on two. A few weeks ago when I was looking for baby blanket patterns, I found a mosaic one that going by the picture just isn't possible. I have no idea if the pattern was legitimate, but the picture was definitely touched up and smoothed out with AI. That was enough for me. Yes. There's one, and I'm going to tell you right now, if I ever find a pattern of this person's again, because all their patterns are free, but the picture is never what the pattern is. I spent 8 hours making something and it looked like it was going to turn out. But when I started making, it was an Amy. And when I started making the appendages and everything else that was going to go onto the Amy, it didn't work out. The size was totally different. But because I started on the body first, I thought, oh, this is going to be cute. And I spent 8 hours of my day doing that when I'm like, I was so mad at myself because I trusted it. And I thought, you know what? Next time I see this person's pattern, I'm going to A, know it's not legit, not legit. And no, I'm not going to trust anybody again. I read reviews now. I read reviews now ever since I bought the one from Etsy and it was like $1 pattern. And when I looked at the picture and I was almost done with it because it was a fur coaster and I needed a pattern because I couldn't come up with one. And I was being lazy and I bought $1 pattern and I went on and I reviewed it shortly after. And they were like, oh, but let me give you another pattern off my shop. No, no, I'm not. If this one wasn't legit, then how do I know that any of the rest of them are legit? Um, um, this isn't for P-pop. This is actually for my sister's granddaughter. I'm gonna see if her grandson would like one. Um, but uh P-pop will go trick-or-treating. They go as a family. And I don't know when Halloween is. Is Halloween on a weekend this year? Normally Papa sits outside and he hands out candy, and me and Biscuit sit on the inside. And then last last Halloween it was really cold, wasn't it? And so he sat out there for a while and then he came in and we turn out the light and that's it. Then we go upstairs and we go to the like our front. Yes, and so what we do is the back end of the house faces towards our backyard, and it's fenced in.
That's
That's where both of our his office stream room and my office stream room is at. So what we do is we come upstairs and we sit on the back end of the house, and the front end of the house is dark. We leave the lights off, everything, so nobody rings the doorbell because it would drive Biscuit crazy. He would feel like, I mean, he was policing at the vet today. I mean, everybody that walked in the door, he was just kind of like, "Hey, you're supposed to be talking to me." I made her a mummy bag last year. I got it off of Hirschner's. It was a mummy bag, and it was adorable, adorable. And I asked Jingle Shark if she wanted me to make her something different this year, and she said, "Nope, the mummy bag is enough." A, because she's too little to even need any of the candy she's going to go get. And so they can just say, "We're done," and that's it. But she was really cute. We were sitting on her front porch and waiting for her mom to come home. And she turned around and was knocking on the front door. Hey, that was me. That was me. That was me.
not much.
No, I have awakened the Kraken. Come here. Come here. Y'all should see him. His little tail's pointing. Do you want me to go let him in?
Why? Here. Come on, come here. Up here. Come on. Right in the bed.
But anyway, that's what we do. She's and then I told her, I said, so when I had her, I said, when you do that, you gotta say trick or treat when they come to the door. I feel like this is gonna be a 2-dayer. So, and my eyes. So, but this orange is a lot better. This is what I thought. It is a little light for a pumpkin, but it looks orange enough on screen. And the you know what? This is what I was gonna say. So Papa said this last night on his stream, but now you just heard him. All I did was knock on the desk. And he's pretty whatever, very vocal about um people walking by the house, people driving by the house. If he sees something flickering if a leaf turns sideways and it's blowing the wrong way, he's barking at it. I went to see Peepop on Tuesday and I came back home Wednesday afternoon. I got home. Papa and him had not slept really good the day before. I took a short nap, like 30-minute nap, got up, was doing things, started doing things around the house. Um, Not a lot. I wouldn't say anything major. Um, but then we went to bed about 8 o'clock because I was exhausted. And so we're sitting there and we go to bed. Papa goes to bed early because he's exhausted because, they just couldn't get situated the night before. Normally it's easy for them to lay down and go to sleep. I think they ended up downstairs sleeping on the couch, whatever, because Biscuit's funny when I'm not home. So it's just easier for Papa to be downstairs, whatever, with the sleeping arrangements. So he had paid for Pick and Halls to she brings she brings our prescriptions by on her way home because we're on her way home now from where she works. And so they have an electronic key on their phone where they can get in the house because we've granted them access just in case they need to come in and we're not home, which Papa's always home. But anyway, um, so she pulls up, she texts, and nobody answers. So she comes in. She says it give her the heebie jeebies to come inside the house because it was all quiet. Nobody was moving around. Biscuit did not even wake up, didn't even make a sound. So she put the prescription on the dining room table, walked back out the door, got in her car, and was driving home. And she said, halfway driving home, she thought, "Oh, what if something was wrong with them? What if something was wrong? That's why they didn't come to the door." She said she kept on driving. She said, "Oh, I'll find out tomorrow." He told it better than I told it, but I was just amazed that nobody, not even Biscuit, woke up when she came in the door because when that front door opens, he's on it. He's on it. But not Wednesday night he wasn't. He was snoozing. There was nothing going on in his life that was willing enough to get up. So, what's he doing? Oh, but yeah. What does everyone have planned for tonight, or do they have anything planned major for the weekend? We're just getting our house ready for um this majorly this room, getting it ready for the dog sitter that's gonna come sit with Biscuit for 2 days while we go to a wedding. And we feel quite comfortable with her. Yeah, we're gonna get some things done. Well, I'm gonna be out in the backyard, um, cleaning out my garden beds because I have a big hat. Oh,
Like back in the 70s, women used
I've got a big
I
sun
think his name
hat.
was
Yeah, I'm just yeah, it would be nice to get that up only because then I could sit outside if Dingledork would let me and enjoy the weather outside. Yes. When I want her to feel comfortable, but I also did tell her that if she ever becomes like a little Girl Scout or a brownie, she will not be going door to door to sell cookies. I don't even know how our parents let us do it, but today it was a different time. But I mean, my mom was with us. She walked with us when me and my sister did it, but you know, I want her to be very vocal. And she's starting to become very vocal and hey and wave at people. She waved to the lady walking down the road and the lady waved back and she just about fell out of her chair because nobody ever says hey back. And my daughter said she just got so excited because somebody actually said hey back. And their house is I would say their house is quite a bit off the road. Their driveway's pretty darn long. It's longer than ours. They have a nice big front yard.
Yeah, their front yard is probably a little bigger.
Yeah.
But I think their driveway seems longer because it's narrow. It's one car.
That's true.
But it's probably a little long. They have that ditch too.
Yeah, they have a ditch. Hi, Crafty. How are you doing? Thank you for the check-in. Welcome in. We are making a Halloween trick-or-treat bag. I started with a different color. Didn't like it, so we started over. It was a little too burnt orange. So, and with this pattern, you can make this longer. You don't necessarily have to just stop at the 32 rows. You can make the bag a little taller if it's for an older kid. All that kind of stuff. So, we're just working in rounds. It's a bit late for Halloween. I know. This technically, this is what I was working on my pencil blanket because that has to be done by the time we go to Myrtle Beach for the wedding. And then I have a baby blanket that I'm going to work on while we're driving down the road. And last night, I was going through Repeat Crafter Me or something, and it showed up on my thing. And I was like, oh, that would be so nice if I made a Halloween bag for my sister's 2 grandchildren. So I thought, that's what I'll do. I'll make them a Halloween bag too. So I'm just putting more stuff on my checkoff list to get done before we go. And I mean, 2 weeks is going to go fast. Is it 2 weeks or 3? It's 2 weeks. 21st we leave. We'll be back on the 23rd. So, yeah, after that, when I get back, it's going to be total Christmas items after that. I cannot, everything is going to be revolving around Christmas. I'm not going to get Christmas done if I don't start now. I mean, technically, I should have been doing things for the fall at the beginning, I would say, of June, and get June and July done. I did make a spider keychain. Hold on, I'll show. I haven't put the keychain on it yet, but it's a little fidget keychain. It's a little spider. This is the head, and this is the little whatever. And then here's this little 8 legs. Yeah, start fall the first day of winter. Get it done and over with. But yeah, I have a football keychain that I've got half made, and I'm gonna let KK look at it when she comes over and see if she likes it. Because I can make a couple of those for her studio. But I've known football season. I should have started football season in June because all the blankets. Have 2 blankets back here that are UT blankets, University of Tennessee blankets. Hi, Alexis. Welcome back. Oh no, this is Supreme making spiders. This is I got this pattern from Willow and Wild. She makes fidgets, and I follow her on Instagram, and she's got like a fidget pattern every day that she puts out. She's been making beaded spiders. Oh, not crochet. I just did this because it was a fidget, and I'm like, this would be fun to set and just you know, fidget with. Yeah, but uh yeah, I've got to get my seasons down. I should be a whole season ahead because technically I should be working right now working on Christmas things. But yeah, then when Christmas gets here, then I need to be working on spring things like bunnies and Valentine's Day and all kinds of stuff. Oh, and there was something. Um, I'll have to put it in my Discord. Did you get food access? And what kind of food did you get? I mean, if we're allowed to ask. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like I wanted you got chicken my pick chicken pita salad and then a taro and a plantain. I don't know what I'm gonna have for lunch, but it's not gonna be big. I can tell you that much. I just I don't need anything big today. I need to walk, but I need to get some walking in. I almost got 10,000 steps yesterday. Been taking my 15-minute breaks at work and walking a certain pattern at work. And we shall see. If I can keep it up. So Monday through Friday, I'll be fine on my steps. But Saturday and Sunday, I've got to work extra hard because it's not happening on the weekends. It's not happening on the weekends. And if I could just get 7,500, I'd be completely happy on Saturday and Sunday. I wouldn't have to. I wouldn't have to go big or go home on Saturday or Sunday. And that's probably how I shouldn't think about that, but yeah, I can feel this is going to be 2 days. My ear's itching. I don't know why. If it was burning, then I would say somebody was talking about me, but it's itching. I would probably blame Access. Not really. But I mean, Access, is he talking good about me? Is he talking bad about me? Is he talking to Miss Plants about me? That kind of thing. There's this plant at work, and because I'm talking about plants now, there's this plant at work that I want to snip and bring it home so I can propagate it. Or I don't know why, but it's the cutest little plant in the whole wide world. And I already Googled how to nip it underneath one. It says go 2 nodes down from the top of the leaf and then cut it underneath that node. And I just feel like, should I? Should I not? It's not my plant. But I did ask the ladies at work, I said, "Do you think anybody would mind if I took a piece of it?" And she was like, "The person who this plant belongs to probably doesn't even work here anymore." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So it looks like a little rubber plant, if you ask me. It's I don't know. Hold on, let's see if I get a picture of it. I'll take a picture of it and I'll put it in Discord. It's a cute it looks like a little rubber plant, but it's not a rubber plant. Yes, I'm making the whole bag. I don't know if I wouldn't have, well, I mean, sewing it together, this makes it a little sturdier. I think so. If you would have sewn it together, it might fall apart depending on how much candy the kid wants. But yeah, so I am almost 3 rows behind where I would be at right now if I would have started with this color. So, and that's fine. It is fine. Just trying to get everything. Yeah, hopefully I can finish both of them. It, it's only 30, and listen to me, it's only 32 rows. And then you make on the 33rd row, you make the handle. So the handle is even, it's like one piece, I think. Yeah. So the handles are even one piece. So it's only going to have the one connection where the handle connects over. And then you make the jack-o'-lantern, the face, the eyes, the nose, and the mouth, and then you just sew them on. So, but like I said, hopefully, I might just take the rest of the day and what time I have left of the day after KK gets here, um, to instead of working on the pencil blanket, work on this. But I have to make two, so it really doesn't really matter much, I guess. But I might also call my sister and ask her. I mean, he is 3. Um, so he will be 3. Maybe he'll be 4. No, he'll be 3 because P-Pop is 2, so he's about 6 months older than her. So, and I wanted to do the pumpkin because her granddaughter will be 11 months old. So this will just be the to take her out and just move her around. It's not like she'll probably go to family and stuff like that. And I figured a pumpkin is pretty neutral because we carried the plastic pumpkins when we were kids. You know, pumpkin is neutral. But like you said, she has a little gingerbread. I think it was, what was it, a gingerbread, a snowman, and a Santa. I like the little gingerbread. He's cute. The Santa looks like it'd be massively easy though to do. The Santa looks like it'd be massive. The snowman too, because the snowman you're just sewing on buttons, drawing a mouth, and maybe making a little carrot nose. So if I'm still working at work, if we're still in the office at Christmas and then we don't get out before then, um, yeah, I'm just gonna say that. What?
This clip the gun generator.
Oh, um, I might just make those and like just the little things I give to my coworkers for Christmas. Just make those, and those can be like the little bags to put the stuff in. Instead of getting a gift bag, make that bag. That's what I did last year. I just made those little Grinch bags and little gingerbread bags, and everybody got like a little gingerbread bag or a Grinch bag. So it was easy. I don't know. This is moving along actually a lot faster. I'm not a big fan. If I was, if this wasn't supposed to be a bag so that would be tight, I would probably be doing this like with a 6.5. I probably could have done it with a 6.5. I could
Man,
have.
sturdy. That was my whole team.
Well, I don't with. I mean, this is pretty sturdy.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, imagine those canvas bags,
True.
pumpkin design. It's not
True.
granny squares, which I know is what you did the other one. If you can find a way to do that in two halves and do the pumpkins on both sides, that'd be pretty sweet.
That would be pretty sweet.
That could almost be your own. Plan.
Yep.
Bigger than that. Yep.
And the thunder has now started. I didn't know that we were. It says mostly cloudy. I'm like, does it say anything about no thunderstorm? I should have told KK she should have brought her bathing suit. We probably could have asked the neighbors if we could have went over and swum in their pool either today or tonight. It's tomorrow. I know. It's just a little thunder. I knocked earlier on my desk, and that was the wrong move to make, Crafty. That was the wrong move to make. So trying to think. Here I sat and thought, oh, my craft room is coming together. It's so clean. And now I'm just messing it back up again. I got to get my desk cleaned off.
Yeah.
It's just so easy for me to lay a project on my desk. And it's not that my desk is big, but I have pushed down the how far out my camera goes. So it's just like I have a project over here, I have a project back there, I have a project here. So technically, I bet I could get a canvas bag this small.
Get a smaller one.
Yeah. So, oh, and just um because I this week I don't know, did I find out about my iron last weekend? Yes.
Yeah, right before.
Yes. So my iron is has dropped and I have to have iron infusions. And yeah. So those start in 2 weeks from now. So I'm all excited about that. Not really. But it is what it is, I guess. Is what it is. So let's see. My brain is wandering. Don't need my brain to wander. Don't need my brain to wander. And there comes Biscuit. He's doing a big stretch. Come on, bub. Come here. I don't know where you're going. I've never had it. And you're the only other person, you're the only person I've ever heard talk about it until the other day. I was watching somebody and they were talking about that. And I was like, oh, I've heard Axis talk about that. And that's literally where I went, I've heard Axis talk about that. So I forget what I think I know where I heard it at. Because I get into these moods about television shows that I watch. And so, and no, it was on one of the television shows I watch just every now and then. I don't go and they were taste testing stuff, and that was one of the things they were taste testing. So now do you put you too. You're too funny. Do you put like butter and cheese and sour cream and stuff like that on it?
What you want to do is save hundreds when Liberty Mutual customizes your.
Oh, a potato would sound good right about now. Potato would sound good.
Hey, no.
What is he doing?
No.
It's because of the thunder.
I know. Lay down right here. Lay down right here. Lay down right here, and I'll cover you up. No. Lay down.
Potato with a side of onions. Okay. I think I just like a big gigantic potato with sour cream, butter, maybe a little bit of bacon. How does a potato fall off the bone? Yeah, I think I might see if I can find a little canvas bag like at Michael's or Hobby Lobby that would fit right in this. And then instead of doing, eh, I could still do the handles, but maybe put a button on it and button it on to the canvas bag so you could take the canvas bag off and wash it. Yeah, you got to think, kids. Biscuit, my leg's hurting right now, but you got to move. Okay, come on. Right now, he's not feeling the thunder. Okay, let me move out. Okay, lay down. Mm. An ad break is starting soon. Why is this one going out and not up? Maybe I'm going too far out. Okay. Let me do this. Now we're going to get to the end and then we're going to. This end keeps going out. This one's going up, straight up. This one is going straight out. And I think it's going to have, I might have to do some decreases to get it back where it needs to be. Biscuit buddy. You got to realize nothing's going to get you. Firecrackers can go crazy. Doesn't care about them. Thunders, a different story. An ad break is now starting. Okay, buddy. Let's do this since an ad break starting.
It's about to die, so I'm going to charge it.
Yep. So we got it. We're out 6 stitches. We don't need to be out. So we are going to have to do some decreases to get that back in. And I'm going to do it right on the corner. That way we can pull the corner back in. We're just going to okay. Who?
Huh?
You're talking about Kayla? He's lying. I don't think he's. I'll do this. Okay. We're going to put a stitch there. Welcome back. Welcome back. The ad is starting. I've got to decrease a little, so I'm going to have to do it every row up until I get it back into line. Till it's 62. I feel like I can hear it start raining, and then I look outside and it's not. 4. Put that on there. Now we're going to get back there to where this is the corner. Yeah. It's going to go up. Right now it looks like a little, this is straight. This looks like a boat, but it's going to come back in. Because I don't want to tear it apart. The first one I was counting every row, and that's what I should have been doing on this one. But I was like, I'm already 3 rows behind. Hi, Ben's girl. How are you doing? It's thunder in here. We lived in Florida. It was every day was a chance of rain. Partly cloudy, partly sunny with a chance of rain. Never said partly cloudy. They always said partly sunny.
Mostly sunny with a chance of rain.
Mostly sunny with a chance of rain. Yeah, that was good.
Every day. What go? This taking the bedroom.
So we're on row 8. So we're a fourth of the way up the bag because it goes up 32 rows. So I've got to get this under control. So I feel like it's going, even if I get it back into control, it's going to be puckered out there. Maybe it won't. Maybe it'll straighten up and it won't be. This side's just, I wish, I don't know where I went crazy. Looks like on row 3, I went crazy. I've never said I know how to count because I just put I should, the minute it started flaring out, I should have been like, you know what, let me count that next row. But I was like, no, maybe that's just how it's supposed to be. No, I should never trust myself. Should always count. Should always count. Because I told Papa earlier I was doing that when I was doing the spider thing, I said, that, see how that orange? This is the color of a pumpkin for me. Then we were talking about pumpkins being all different colors. They're all different colors of pumpkins. Now there's even white pumpkins, like little, I think you can get them like in pumpkin patches and stuff. They're white pumpkins. So I think I'm going to get to this row. I think I'm going to find somebody to raid out because if the storm is coming through, if we have any power flickers, I don't want to lose anybody. But we will start this. We will do this tomorrow. I might do a few rows off stream or maybe get the face done so that I'm probably just going to go a few rows up so we can be a little further ahead since I had to take the one apart and do a different color then. Okay. You're making this something similar to that, but I didn't have a pattern at the time to go by, so I'm winging it. Sometimes I think winging it is the best way to do it because then it turns out like you want it to. I think, Linda, sometimes when I have a pattern, I'm always like, why did it turn out that way? Why? I know I followed the pattern, but we all know me. I'm a little bit on the crazy side, so I've probably done some because I always want to change something. That's why I should make a pattern and just wing it because I'm always like, maybe I could change that. We'll see how this does. I'm probably gonna turn the nose and make it the same way upside, going up with the because when we carve pumpkins, I carve it with the nose up. I don't carve it with the nose down. That's just us two. That's if it helps. My mother-in-law got me a set of hooks that count. Um, I actually have a hook that my son-in-law bought me for Christmas, and it counts my rows and my stitches. You know where it's at? Over there. It just needs to be charged. That's all it needs is to be charged. I need to charge it. And I love it because it has a light on the end of it and it helps with when I have dark yarn. It helps with so I can see like when I'm crocheting black yarn. I don't have that problem. Let's do this. Let's do that. I'm gonna do that two. So one, two. We're gonna cinch this up fast. I'll put that there. Yeah. Ben's girl, that is the thing of it is the only thing that and I will be honest, I like it best for my row counter because then I can just hit a button right on the hook and it helps me out. And I'm like, oh, I can keep up with the stitches. Yeah, I can keep up with the stitches all right. But yeah, it was probably one of the nicest crochet gifts I've ever gotten. Now, Papa's got me quite a few things, and so have the girls. You get, I like it because it's mine. It has that like a clover hook. It has just whatever, so I have something to hold on to. I do like that, but I mean, like I have a 6.5 millimeter hook. I know this is way off subject, and I should be crocheting and not whatever. But it's a brassy color. And then I have a green 6.5 millimeter hook, and I love it to death. I have a blue. I think this is the one of my 6.5 millimeter hooks. It's blue. It's this one. It has grooves into it. I don't even know. I think one of the dogs got a hold of it and just started chewing it. Why they would chew on a metal hook, I have no idea. I love those. I got those from Joann's when Joann's was still around. Let's do this. 10, so 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Yep, 10. I've heard Clover Moore is nice. Let's do this. Okay, buddy. We're doing it. Okay. I can't think. Okay, buddy. Well, I'm going. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. We're going to raid over to Supreme Doom because she's doing beaded spiders and they look really crazy and they look really cute. So I'm sorry if you don't like the spiders. This is probably not where you want to go. But Supreme Doom is really, really a sweetheart. She's a genuine, true sweetheart. So we're gonna go over there. I will be back tomorrow. We will finish this bag tomorrow. We will finish this bag tomorrow. Hold on, let me give y'all something. Um, our raid call is hold on. There's a raid call that you can copy and go over when we go over there. And y'all have a wonderful day. I will see you tomorrow. I'm going to deal with a dog who is afraid of thunder. Bye.
Give me a second. I'm going to write this down. I need to take a second. I just got a really big dizzy spell.